misunderstanding when it comes to safe artifacts, agile artifacts, those work items that bring the flow of value through our backlogs to our customer. Everybody thinks that, well, an epic's this size, a feature's this size, and a story, well, it's this size. Well, I want to kind of set some expectations here about what these things actually are. But first, let's take a look at what some people currently think in the field today about basic artifacts in our Agile backlog. So, well, first, here's Donna. Donna, can you tell me about epics?
Well, an epic is like a movie. It has a beginning, a climax, and an end. Maybe a sequence, or maybe a trailer. And the PM are waiting, right?
Thanks, Donna. Okay, here's another testimony from a guy named Alan. Alan's a product owner, and Alan, I hate to say it, but can you tell me about features?
A feature is like a huge amount of work. It can take years to finish. You may never get done. In fact, unless the product is retired. Was that the CEO was fired? I forget.
Thanks, Alan. All right, so let's take a look. Let's kind of set the record straight. What are these safe artifacts? What is the best recommendations for what these things really are? So, and who can best explain these except for, well, my avatar. Avatar, take it away.
Hey everyone, let's talk about safe backlog artifacts. What the heck are they? And let's dig in a little more about to make sure we have some fundamental understanding about these. So in safe, you got some basic backlog artifacts. You got your epics, your feature and enablers, followed by your user stories. But all of these have something very important. They have characteristics known as the backlog dimensions. And those dimensions are the size, format, the owner, and the lifecycle. So let's break these down and talk about each one of these. So the first one let's talk about is the size. And obviously the biggest are going to be your epics, because epics are huge like a student loan, and they can span a greater amount of time than a single program increment. They could even go up to years. Followed by your features, which are typically 1 to 4 iterations long. You want to leave some buffer to make sure you can get those features done. Followed by a user story. A user story, you want to get those done in 2 or 3 days, or 3 to 5 points typically. The next dimension we want to talk about is the format. How are these things written? First off, you got your epics. Epics have a epic hypothesis statement. Features, they have a benefit hypothesis statement along with an acceptance criteria, and then your user stories, which is written with the all too familiar as a I want blank so that I can some sort of value that the end user can use. Now, the last dimension that we want to talk about is the owner. That's really critical. Who's ultimately responsible for bringing these through? And that is, with an epic, you're going to have an epic owner. Those are going to be various individuals who are ultimately responsible for the delivery of this epic. The second one is the feature enabler, which is the product manager is responsible within a single program to bring that across. And then the user story, which is ultimately the owner, is the product owner. Each one of these individuals are the owner of the content in these individual backlogs. And those backlogs is where these artifacts live. The epic Kanban, you will find all of your epics for the various programs that are out there. You can be in portfolio or a large solution, and you'll have a epic Kanban. Or for the feature Kanban, a single art will have a program board that has all their features and so forth in it. And then the user stories are going to live in those team backlogs, where we do our daily stand-ups and our iterations every 2 weeks or so. And that is basically a summary of artifacts and the different dimensions along with them. So it's not too terribly complex. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.
So there you go. Safe artifacts in a nutshell. Actually, in a video that we're presenting to you. But if you got any questions, just email me, and we'll see you next time.
I challenge you on the ownership dimension of the artifacts we will discuss next time.